All right, well, thanks for joining me today. In this video, you're going to be seeing the download and setup of PFsense. PFsense is a great tool for if you really need a firewall quickly, or honestly, if you need to have like a smaller solution for a small business, PFsense would be a great tool. It's got a lot of different add-ons that we can have, and in general, it's just a great tool for learning security and learning the defensive side, which is an area that we really need to focus on. So basically, go to Google and uh, type in download PFSense. You're going to go to the main website, and then we're going to select the correct one, whichever one suits your needs, honestly. So for me, I'm going to do this one, installer. I like to have the ISO, and then I'm going to download it. All right, and then in your virtualization host of choice, you're going to be putting this ISO file into there. So in this video, I'm going to be setting up PFSense in VMware Workstation. All right, let's head on over there. Okay, so we've downloaded the ISO and we have it stored on our machine. What we need to do now is go ahead and make the machine in our virtual hosting solution. And in this video, we're doing VMware Workstation. So let's go ahead and double check a couple of things. So I'm building a router, so I want to be using network address translation, and I'm going to use a NAT that I've already set up. So what we do to do that, to get that set up, is we go to File, Edit, we go to Virtual Network Editor. It loads, and we get a screen like this. And so I'm going to be using this one today. So make sure that you've got it set as NAT connect. We're going to be using local DHCP. You can give it a subnet, which is totally fine. But for this video, I'm going to be using this virtual network here for NAT. That would be my external facing network adapter. Okay, that's where my external IP is going to be from. Let's go and make a new one. So we go up here, File, New Virtual Machine, and if at any point in this video you want to pause, and that's just fine. Whatever you need to do to make this process easier. So custom, Workstation 16, yep. I always put the ISO in after the fact. FreeBSD is totally fine. One core. It's totally fine to go with the default memory size. If you're planning on using this machine to do more heftier analytics or wire captures, you might want to use some add more memory. And if you have more users, you should consider having more memory as well. But this is just a lab environment, so 256 is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Default. Create new virtual disk. Stores a single file. And we can customize the hardware here. So we have one adapter, but this is a router. So we have some internal machines that are going to want to access the internet. So let's go ahead and add another network adapter. Okay, we have two. We have one on the outside facing the internet, and we have one on the inside where my users are going to be able to connect to. Let's go in here and add a network adapter. We don't need two NATs because that would be silly. What we are going to have is the second adapter is going to be a LAN segment. And I've chosen to have a LAN 1. These are all just arbitrary names that I've created in previous installations. It can be any kind of name. And you can make your own LAN as well by just adding it. It's just a name, sort of a shell or a container that's holding something. So what do we got here? We got that. We're going to go ahead and add our ISO file. I paused and added my file, and we're going to go and everything looks good to me, so we're going to close that and finish. The machine is being created now. NAT LAN ISO file. Perfect. Let's go ahead and power this machine on. We can do BIOS, we can do UEFI. It's up to you. Right now I'm just going to use BIOS. And there you have it. So we've done a very basic PFsense installation here. I've got my NAT set up. I've got a LAN set up. There's a Class C network, local area network here that I can just put any machine onto this through that local network, and it will be given an IP address via DHCP. And we also have a DHCP being, our IP address being given to this NAT, this external IP address here, and this whole router here is going to be doing network address translation, allowing the internal users to go through the router and get out to the internet. So the next steps for you would be to take a different virtual machine and then change its network and have it attached to whatever the network is that this second interface is attached to. All right, if you enjoyed the video and enjoying my content, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And we've got lots more video ideas coming up. And all right, well, thanks everybody. Have a great day.